Header for you tomorrow. Number 5, Tennessee, led by quarterback Peyton Manning against Kentucky's Tim Couch. Two fine quarterbacks in Lexington at 12:30. We know who Bones Adams is rooting for in that one. Then at 6 p.m., the Battle of South Carolina and the Battle of Bowl eligibility. The winner will get a bowl berth somewhere. Clemson in South Carolina from Columbia at 6 p.m. Double dip tomorrow of college football on the Deuce.
Hey, what a matchup, Tennessee and Kentucky. Couch and Peyton. They're talking about Couch even now as a sophomore as a possible Heisman candidate.
Yeah, and you know, Peyton Manning has gotten all the billing, but I'll tell you what, that's because the best college football players right now, it's got to be Charles Woodson. Michigan.
Two-way performer. Adams with an edge in not only punches landed, but also in number thrown, and that will stand him in good stead with the judges, we think. And it stood him in good stead with me in any case. I have Adams winning 30-27. They bash heads, and both men rub their head. They got a little headache for that.
Don't ask me why, but I liked Villareal in round 3.
Well, he did, you know, he landed some counter punches, so I don't think it's out of the question to score that round 3.
Now, if you're looking for a Bones Adams knockout win, you'll have to look long and hard, because 15 of his 17 knockouts have come within the first 3 rounds. He has a 4th round and a 6th round knockout, but he usually gets his man early.
And what that really tells you is he'll get those knockouts in the regional kind of a fight, that he'll go somewhere and he's really just a cut above those guys. When he gets in bouts like this one, a little tougher because he's not a big puncher. Villareal throwing some good left hooks, and Adams countering off the rope. So a different posture for those two fighters.
Take a look at the knockout ratio between the two boxers.
Neither man is a giant knockout artist. And we see evidence of that already in this bout. Later on in our main event, you will see a true puncher in Cesar Soto. That's a guy who thinks knockout all the time. Nice right hand by Bones Adams.
Come on, right, step back. Box. Right hand. Come back.
Adams working very well with Villareal on the ropes, throwing some excellent left hooks and short rights on the inside. So for the first time in this bout, you get the feeling Adams made a difference with his power.
Box.
When we look at Bones Adams' stat sheet, his line by line, he was asking me yesterday, why is it always listed that I'm from Mount Carmel, Illinois? He says, I've never lived there. I had a pizza place there. He goes, I'm from Central City, Kentucky. Please get that message out. Well, they exchange bombs as we come to the end of round 4.
Who loves...
Along with Al Bernstein, Bob Papa back in Kansas City. We begin round number 5 in the scheduled 10-round featherweight bout between 23-year-old Clarence Bones Adams out of Central City, Kentucky, and Roberto Villareal from El Paso, Texas, by way of Mexico. Take a look at some numbers in round 4.
Again, Adams getting the edge, throwing a lot more, and he's been consistent winning those rounds by 8, 9, 10 punches. And when you're winning the rounds by that much, as evidenced by my scorecard, you really should be getting the benefit of the judges' scorecard in those rounds.
The average Clarence Bones Adams bout in his 40 previous pro bouts lasts about 5.3 rounds. However, in his last 8 bouts, he's gone nearly 9 rounds of fight.
Again, the higher level of competition making an impact.
Villareal, very tough. There's a nick under his left eye, Villareal, and some swelling.
I'm going to tell you something. Bones Adams is looking a lot better than he has in recent bouts. He's putting his combinations together. He is trying to set down his punches a little bit more, and showing you the skill level that he has. You couldn't possibly be 19 and go fight Orlando Canizales and fight him tough like he did without having lots of ability. That right hand made an impact, as did that one.
Yeah, sure did. But Villareal answers back.
Well, that speaks to not only Villareal having some toughness, but also that Clarence is not the biggest puncher on the planet. But I'll tell you, he's quick, he's sharp with his punches tonight. This is as impressive as we've seen Bones in a long time. When he was younger on our network, we saw some brilliant performances from him, but it's been a little slow going since the shoulder injury and some other problems. But now he looks healthy and focused, as he told us, and I think he might be ready to make a move here.
Briefly switched to southpaw there.
-1 point for holding underneath the arm.
They're taking a point away.
-1 for holding underneath the arm. Good hold, come on.
It's a low blow, I think.
It seemed very quick to me, but I didn't think Villareal was really doing anything that outrageous, and I didn't see any warnings to him.
Work out.
Referee Kevin Champion
Step back. Good hold now. We'll disqualify you. Box.
taking the point away from Villareal.
Good body work by Adams.
Turn it, break, step back. Come on, you gotta quit holding now. Come on, box.
Now, Villareal has done some holding. I don't know if that really was what the warning was for. Adams has to be very careful. When he cranks up those hooks to the body, he leaves his right hand low. And Roberto Villareal, very effective with the counter left hand. And I'm not sure he didn't stun Adams with one.
Final seconds of round 5. This signifies the midway point of this bout. Adams and Villareal.
When sports...
Sometimes take the power of your punches and throw...
Keith Jackson and Miguel Diaz in the corner of Clarence Bones Adams, the 23-year-old from Kentucky. Bones Adams has not had a lot of knockouts against top-quality opponents as of late. We asked him about his power outage.
The main reason why I don't use power is because ever since I was a child, my father had trained me, and everybody I was working with was always bigger. And I was always taught to hit and run, you know, and move. So I was never really taught to sit down and just punch with someone.
Give me time. Go to the neutral court right there.
Well, he wanted to show that tonight. And so far through the first 5 rounds, as they work on some tape on the left glove, Adams has tried to, but Villareal has taken a good shot.
He really has, and especially some of those overhand rights in the last round or so. And I think his explanation is a fair one, because we saw many of those early fights, and he did really try and be much more of a boxer, or at least a boxer puncher.
Round number 6 underway.
Come up.
Guys ripping off some good shots.
Villareal having a pretty good round in round 5. I'd given that to Adams, but Villareal making something happen. When he's on the ropes, Roberto not very effective now. He was counterpunching off the ropes better earlier. Mentioned that Roberto was supposed to fight Freddie Norwood. Of course, one of his recent losses was to Derek Gaynor, a big, tall lefty, who is a very gangly fighter, a very tough man in this division for boxers to fight. Big, tall for a featherweight.
Well, we like Freddie Norwood, little haggler.
Oh, I think Freddie Norwood can't wait for him to get a title shot, because I just think he's a hard worker and very fun to watch.
I think he came down with a case of bronchitis, and that's why he was not able to make the appearance on this show.
So they brought in Clarence Adams as a replacement, and he is performing admirably in that role.
He says he was training and in the gym working out, so it was easy to take the bout. I felt that he was at his peak physically for this bout.
Well, he looks it so far. Villareal have made for a nice bout here, and primarily I think, oh, nice, there's the right hand finally from Villareal. He's landed some good left hooks, but the right has been dormant.
Adams' 3 losses were all knockout losses, and they all came in a row back in 1993, as we documented earlier, starting with Orlando Canizales in that IBF title bout.
You know, for Villareal at age 27, this is just the kind of bout that if he could get a win here, could really help him make some additional money, make him an even more valuable opponent for different people. A close round 6.
Yeah, this bout has been controlled by Adams for the most part. You and I differed in one round. I gave round 3 to Villareal, but this looks like probably his best round. Come to the end of round 6, scheduled for 10 on the deuce.
It's in a...
We welcome you back to Kansas City, Missouri. Bob Papa along with Al Bernstein. We start round 7. Clarence Bones Adams in the white trunks out of Central City, Kentucky, and Roberto Villareal, the 27-year-old, born in Mexico, fighting out of El Paso, Texas. And we take a look at numbers through 6 rounds of action.
Adams building up a pretty big margin and throwing almost 100